Fuck Shad Khan. Duval told me die.
Duval.
All right, guys. So I could not start this video off. I could not do a video today any other way by starting off saying shout out and congratulations to the Florida Gators college men's basketball team. Dudes won the national championship. Shit was insane. Absolutely shitting myself and having a heart attack from start to finish of that game. An unbelievable game throughout, but it looked bad at times, but they somehow pulled it off. Like, this has been a fun season to watch them, and I've had this channel since 2015, and during that time, neither Gators football, Gators basketball, Gators baseball, the Orioles, the Jaguars, nobody has won a championship my entire duration on YouTube until today. Like, the last one I think we won was the fucking football championship back in '08 with Tebow and all them. But fucking hell, man, they got it done. Shit was insane. The last couple seconds of the game, it was an intense watch, but overall great game. Anybody that is a fan of Houston, I don't think you guys have anything to be ashamed about, but just unbelievable. Walter Clayton is fucking him. Dude is just unreal. Like, it was actually kind of a down game for him, but dude, pulled some magical shit out of his ass at the end like he always does, and I think he definitely deserves to be a top 10 pick in the NBA. And I think him, Elijah Martin, and Will Richard, I think they're the only ones declaring. There was some talk about Hoff declaring, but I don't think he's going to. I think, his best interest is to stay in school. But, shout out and congratulations to all them guys. Like, this shit, I finally get to talk about one of my teams winning a championship on this channel, which is pretty fucking insane. But, and I believe this is the first time I've ever even mentioned Gators basketball on this channel. But it was really cool to see. It was really awesome. And, Walter Clayton, Elijah Martin, Will Richard, I know you guys are probably getting ready for the NBA draft. I won't be watching because I cannot do NBA. I tried, but I just cannot fucking do it. Like, games like you saw last night, you won't see anything like that in the NBA. Like, you just won't. It's just some shit. But I do enjoy college basketball. Happy for, my school to get a championship. And, in the NBA draft, it would be cool to see Clayton go to either the Magic or the Heat. I believe those are the only two Florida teams in the NBA. But, hopefully, since, he was a born and raised Florida kid, he continues in his professional career in the state too. But, we'll see. Just, if you guys somehow see this video, best of luck to you in the NBA. I unfortunately won't be watching, but, I wish you all the success there in the world. But, anyway, speaking of drafts, we're now going to talk about the real reason why you clicked onto this, and that is the upcoming NFL draft. And the one team we're all going to be wishing the best of luck to not get an absolute ass player is the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, all through this whole process, it's almost set in stone now that the Jaguars are going to take Mason Graham. But, the Jags kind of do need a lot of shit in the way, and I've looked into, the way contracts are working. Like, there could be ways to go. And no, it's not offensive linemen, because, I heard some chuckle fuck on a fucking mock draft say that, they didn't draft Anton Harrison. They didn't re-sign Walker Little. While you are correct, the problem with that statement is the contract is still the contract, and the salary cap is still the salary cap. Like, trust me, I didn't want to re-sign Walker Little, but, dipshit Trent Baalke did. But, you got to wait another 2, and Anton Harrison has bare minimum 2 years left on his rookie contract. So, bare minimum, you got to wait 2 more years before you can even think about, replacing one of them. Which they could do, but, it's not happening this year. They're going to shore up other needs. Now, like I said, the big consensus is the Jags are gonna go Mason Graham. But what if, said tackles, Armand Membu, Will Campbell, possibly someone wanting shit turd sandwich, or let's say like an Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter falls. Could there be a team to offer up something, enticing for the Jags to move down? Like, I thought, the Jags would be listening to offers because I think James Gladstone, this being his first draft, he wants as many picks as possible. And again, I there's many directions they could go. No, not Jalen Walker either, because everybody wants to push this notion that Trayvon Walker is going to get traded because he isn't Aiden Hutchinson. Well, guess what? His fifth-year option was just picked up, and they're talking about an extension. Just shut the hell up. However, his former first-round pick draft mate, Devin Lloyd, his fifth-round option has yet to be picked up as of the recording of this video. And I looked into that a little bit further. There's also Foye Oluokun. He has an out on his contract in 2026. The Jags also have Ventrell Miller, who's been playing very good. Well, the times we've needed him, he's played very good. So, if someone offers it enticing, like, say, Miami, who actually needs a left tackle now because Terron Armstead just retired, or the Saints, who also need a tackle and may want to shock the world and take Shattered Sandwich, what if they offer something crazy like, a first next year, or a couple draft, or something that's going to give the Jaguars a lot of draft capital this year? Would it be pretty worth it to me, I think, to move down and consider who else would be there? Now, obviously, the Saints or the Dolphins going into that pick, either Genty's going to be gone. My personal would go ape shit if we picked them. Mason Graham is likely going to be gone. Like, I say likely, but we did trade down and still landed the best receiver in the draft last year with Brian Thomas. So it is possible, but not likely. So with all these players gone, you look at what James Gladstone is talking about, players with low floor or high floors. There actually is, and I know this is going to give people PTSD of Trent Baalke taking off-ball linebackers. What if the Jags pull the swerve of the fucking draft and take Jihad Campbell, the linebacker from Alabama, who can also rush the passer? And again, I don't think this matters too much, but Devin Lloyd's fifth-year option hasn't been picked up. Foye Oluokun has an out on his contract. Who's to say they don't want to run with Miller and Campbell and trade off Lloyd and Oluokun? Like, they both have trade value. So now, do I think that? Now, look, I know some people are going to look at the title and just think and say that this is definitely happening. Do I think this will happen? No, I don't. Like, I legitimately believe the Jaguars are going to stay at 5. They're going to take Mason Graham and we'll start looking towards day 2 of what the hell they're going to do next. But they get an offer enticing enough. Do I think this would really completely be out of the realm of possibility? Absolutely not, because Jihad Campbell's actually a damn good player. People are very high on him and have him projected as a top 10 pick possibly. So I think if it's a situation where the Jags trade down and we're looking at best player available, people may not like it, but it's possible. Especially with the trade value that Oluokun and Devin Lloyd will have. I mean, look what happened right before they signed Foye Oluokun. They fucking just up and cut Miles Jack when he had a year or two left on his contract. So, you never know what these. Just the point is, you never know what these guys are thinking, and I'd be a little shocked, but I wouldn't be that shocked. I don't know, just something to consider. What do you guys think? What's your thoughts? Would y'all want Jihad Campbell? I mean, if we're gonna go that route, I think he's a good player, and depending on the value you get from an Aluakun or a Devin Lloyd, I'd be cool with Campbell and Miller as our starting linebackers. And if we pick up draft capital to fix other shit, then hey, might work out for the best. But that's all, people. It's been your boy Jagging Off. Go Jags. Duval till I tie. Oh, and also, it's great to be a Florida Gator. I'm gone.